Inspiring guests and great chat. Positive afternoon vibes with Lizzie.
91.8 Hayes FM.
Great West London.
Welcome back to Positive Afternoon Vibes. My name is Lizzie Romain, and today it's really exciting as I'm joined by London-based artist Zac Pajak, who started out busking on the streets of Kingston. Quite literally the definition of where there's a will, there's a way. At the same time, Zac was writing and producing his own songs from a homemade studio at his parents' house in the garden shed. Though his roots are planted in acoustic folk music, his love of dance, soul and R&B make him an artist who is comfortable mixing up genres and breaking down barriers between styles, which keeps his music fresh and unique. He's supported by BBC Radio 1, Radio 2, Beats 1 and other community radio around London. If you've been following Positive Vibes, you'll recognise this one from previous shows. This is Not Around by Zac Pajak.
Start me up, let's take a drive. I'm feeling rough, I feel like I'm low on luck. Soon enough, I'll be alright. I'm out of touch, you're out of sight. I came around to realize I'm out of love. It's not enough, say you're mine. And you make it look so easy. Yeah, we grew up on the same advice. And you said you'd never leave me. But how you gonna save me tonight when you're not around? When you're not around. When you're not around. When you're not around. Streetlights lonely on the cold night. Leave me lonely, cause I'm alright. Streetlights lonely on the cold night. Leave me lonely, cause I'm alright. Light me up and black it out. It's too much to think about it all at once. Close my eyes and start to count. Everything's changing, I keep asking why. This mess that you're leaving's the hardest goodbye. But I know this heart from my heart, it can heal, but it's gonna take time. And you make it look so easy. Yeah, we grew up on the same advice. You said you never leave me. But how you gonna save me tonight when you're not around? When you're not around. When you're not around. When you're not around. Streetlights lonely on the cold night. Leave me lonely, cause I'm alright. Streetlights lonely on the cold night. Leave me lonely, cause I'm alright. Streetlights lonely on the cold night. Leave me lonely, cause I'm alright. Streetlights lonely on the cold night. Leave me lonely, cause I'm alright. When you're not around. Streetlights lonely on the cold night. When you're not around. Leave me lonely, cause I'm alright. When you're not around. Streetlights lonely on the cold night. When you're not around. Leave me lonely, cause I'm alright.
Now, I'm joined by Zac Pajak in the Hayes FM studios. Welcome. How are
Hi.
you today?
I'm very good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's my pleasure. So, you clearly have shown an unparalleled amount of motivation to self-pursue music as a career. I mean, writing your own songs from your parents' garden shed is amazing. How did your parents feel about their garden shed turning into a music studio?
I think at that point they were happy for us to move out of the garage, because we used to be in the garage before that, which was connected to the house.
Ah, okay.
So the whole house would kind of shake as we I was
We're
playing.
making
I was playing in
music.
bands back then. Yeah, so it was loud, and yeah. So when we migrated to the shed, it was probably a relief for
It was a
them.
relief. Did they manage to then put their car back in the garage where it belonged? Were they quite
Yes.
happy for that? Okay. I don't know about you, but I found my music taste very much evolved from my parents' taste in music and
Yeah.
listening to their CDs growing up. What sort of music was playing in your household growing up?
Yeah, I have two older sisters. I still have two older sisters.
They're still out
And so it's kind of like what they were listening to, and which I guess was kind of like indie bands, but also kind of that the 2000s R&B kind of thing that was going on, I guess. My dad listened to a lot of classic rock. So there's lots of
Artists?
bands,
What
Bad
names?
Company and like Free and bands like that.
Yes, really good.
Yeah, awesome kind of bluesy kind of bands, and yeah, I guess when I started playing guitar, it was just kind of anything guitar based and anything. Yeah, I guess that was when I realized that you could do that kind of thing and be in a band and yeah, just play the guitar. So yeah, that's kind of where my influences began back then.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think when you start learning guitar, you literally start off with the most easiest songs that you can play, like "Smoke on the Water" and things
Yeah,
like that.
that's a classic first song, isn't it?
Can you play that? Can you play that?
Yeah, that probably was one of the first songs. What else is the Seven Nation Army, isn't it? That's the
Yes.
seems to be the one that you start with.
And then you progress on and get better and better and better. So would your friends at primary or secondary school be surprised at all that you pursued a music career, or was it quite obvious at a young age you were serious about making music?
I think it was probably fairly obvious. I think, yeah, I discovered the guitar probably when I was about 11, so that was kind of the beginning of secondary school. So that, yeah, that was kind of, yeah, throughout secondary school I was kind of like that guy, I guess. And
The one with the guitar on your back?
yeah,
You taking it onto the
there's
bus
some-
and things?
There's some like funny videos of me like playing like a battle of the bands and trying to play the guitar behind my head and things like that.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
You're like the rock star of secondary school, it sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, maybe.
Oh, that's great. So, how much time did you spend busking in Kingston? And did you enjoy busking when you were doing it? Were you well received?
I did.
How was
Apart
it?
apart from the fact it was quite nerve-wracking to start with, but I'm glad I kind of found the courage to just get out there and do it. Yeah, and it's just in terms of like experience, it's just yeah, getting out there and playing is like the best thing possible, really. I think like live and just getting used to like yeah, playing for people, I guess. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, a fair amount. I don't do it anymore, really. But
Of course.
yeah.
I mean-
but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, and you never know who you're gonna meet, and you get like-minded people kind of coming up to you. And actually, that's where I first met a couple of the guys in one of the bands I was in, and ended up being in that band for a couple of years, and yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. You never know who you're going to meet, and I guess if you are a musician on walking down Kingston High Street and you see someone that's really good, then you would stop and have a chat to them. I never ever thought of it that way. I just, I guess in London when you're sort of walking past a busker, you go, oh, they're really good. You might give them change and things.
Yeah.
But I guess for musicians, it's really a platform to begin.
Yeah, definitely. I have a rule that if they make you stop, then you should give them some money.
Yes, definitely.
Like
I
a
completely
quid
agree.
or like
Well, whatever you've got in your
And that's
pocket.
my rule. If I'm kind of if I'm just walking straight past, but if someone makes me stop, I'll always give them something. Yeah.
I tell you what the problem is these days is I just never carry cash around.
Yeah.
Did you get the little
true.
card
That's an issue.
machine?
No, that wasn't the problem really when I was busking. It was a few years ago now, but yeah, and I imagine that is an issue now. But yeah, people do have the
little
card
tap,
thing
the little
now.
tap
Yeah,
ones where you
yeah,
can just
yeah.
put in any amount and you can tap the
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
So you're under platinum selling producer Jake Gosling. How did your music first reach his ears?
Well, just like we were talking about, actually, it's a.
Was he walking down Kingston?
It's
High
a good
Street?
story, actually. His dad came up to me while I was busking in Kingston, and I was playing an Ed Sheeran song. I think it was A-Team.
Mm-hmm.
And his dad came up to me and was like, "Oh, my son produced the song," and he was kind of having a proud dad moment, I guess. And he was showing me photos of like, and I think it was like the week it went to #1 as well.
Oh, that was back. That was a little way back then.
That was
I
a
think
while ago. Yeah,
that was before university for me, so I would have been about 17, 18, I think.
Yeah.
So that must have been about what, 2010, 2011?
Yeah, something like that.
Ish?
Yeah, it could be almost 10 years ago. And I was kind of like, "Oh, this is amazing." And then I carried on busking, and he walked off, and I didn't get his number or anything, or an email or anything. And
I bet in your head at the time you were like, "No."
Yeah, well, I was like kicking myself. I was like, I should have made the most of this or whatever. And yeah, I carried on busking, and then it was actually only a couple of years later, when I was playing in a band, and we played a street party, and it just happened to be on Jake Street, and yeah, I met Jake then, and then we kind of hit it off and just started hanging out and listening to a lot of music, and yeah, and now he's a really good mate and a mentor, and
That's amazing. So you just got sort of invited back to his, or like?
Yeah, we spent
Yeah.
a bit like he was like seeing the band, seeing us play a bit, and yeah, and we would just hang out and yeah, have some drinks, listen to some music, and we had a lot of music in common, and yeah, I didn't know anything back then really about publishing or music or the industry or so yeah, it's been amazing to have him as kind of a mentor, and yeah, I'm very grateful for it.
That's great. And you said us. Were you in a band at the time when Jake initially sort of approached you? Or
I was, yeah. But I was kind of writing my own songs as well, that were kind of a little bit more down this acoustic, like folky lane, and yeah, and then I was also kind of just getting into production, so I was kind of making some dancey style stuff as well. So yeah, I guess he heard me do like a mix of genres, and yeah, he just kind of believed in the songs, I guess, and yeah, and then here we are.
And then here we are now. Here we are chatting about them. So what was it like the night before you went to studio to begin recording your first album or song? Was it nerve-wracking, exciting? Could you sleep the night before? Do you remember?
To be honest, it was never really a point like that or a moment like that where it was kind of daunting. The process was kind of daunting to me. I was always kind of doing it, and like recording, whether it was just on my own on a laptop or going into little studios when I was younger, and recording like the first few songs I wrote, and yeah, and then when it got to kind of putting out a project or an EP, it was kind of like whichever songs were kind of still there and felt relevant to myself or like meant something to me, and it was kind of like just gathering up a kind of a handful of songs that worked together, I felt, and yeah, and felt like me, I guess.
It's brilliant, really good. So you sort of just laid back, kind of smooth approach. You just took everything in your stride, basically.
Almost, I guess.
Yeah.
I try to, I guess. I'm also not very good. Well, I'm quite an overthinker as well, so I do my best to try and just not overthink it as much as I can, and yeah, and just have fun, like creating and writing, and yeah, enjoying the process, I think.
Brilliant. And do you remember a time whilst writing and recording a song where you sort of had a light bulb moment and thought, this could really be a hit that I just made here? Like,
I don't know if you ever know whether it's going to be a hit, but yeah, you definitely want as many of those kind of light bulb moments as possible I think that's what you're looking for in the studio. Those little moments where you're like, okay, this is good. I can feel this. Yeah, that's super important. And yeah, it's not always there, but you do it enough, and I think like those moments come.
and you've recorded outside of London as well. So you were recording, I believe we were having a little chat beforehand. You did one recording for one of your songs in Switzerland.
Yeah, so I spent quite a lot of time in Switzerland, a good kind of few winters out there. I was playing a lot of music live, and and writing and recording just from a little bedroom there. But yeah, it's such an amazing place, and like inspiring. I think it
So
helped
inspirational with the
music.
lakes and
definitely.
Lake
Yeah, it's a
Geneva and
beautiful country, and Stay, I think, is the one you think about talking about.
Yes,
Which I
yes.
made with Connor. Out there, Connor Mack, and that as I say, it was literally just made in a little kind of bedroom in a little lounge, we were kind of just messing around really, like experimenting, and we were both kind of figuring out production as we went along and just kind of trying to teach ourselves really.
And now you've made this
And
amazing hit.
that one worked out.
It really worked out. It's really, really very good. So I'm actually going to play that song now for you. Stay with us. Coming up next, like we were talking about, Zac Pajak's 2018 collaboration with New Zealand artist Connor Mack. Afterwards, we'll be talking more about festivals, hopefully, tours and commitments that are currently in the pipeline.
Girl, take your time, we can unwind. Come on, let's get lost up in our minds. Just turn off your phone for this one night. You'll see your friends another time. Don't go away, I need you to stay. You probably think I'm insane, cause I can't get you out my mind. I think of you all the time. Fall in the game, but this ain't the same. Promise me you won't change, cause I see it in your eyes. Let's give this a try. Tell me you want me the way I want you. Tell me you need me, cause I can't bear to lose you. I'll show you who you are. Tonight will just be us. Just stay, hey. Just stay, hey. You got me like, oh. 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 Stay, hey. No. Girl, it's time to see the bigger picture. I know I may not have been quite what you had planned. You got me wrapped around your little finger. So come on and take my hand. We're feeling the same thing, so we shouldn't fight it. I know we feel the same. I wanna do bad things, so baby, let's try it. I want you. I ain't got no time to waste on another. So tell me what I need to do so I can keep hold of you. Don't go away, I need you to stay. You probably think I'm insane, cause I can't get you out my mind. I think of you all the time. Fall in the game, but this ain't the same. Promise me you won't change, cause I see it in your eyes. Let's give this a try. Tell me you want me the way I want you. Tell me you need me, cause I can't bear to lose you. I'll show you who you are. Tonight will just be us. Just stay, hey. Just stay, hey. You got me like, oh. 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 Stay, hey. Now that I have got you here, oh, there's something that I must make clear. I don't wanna let you go, so tell me, cause I need to know. Tell me you want me. Tell me you need me. You got me like, oh. Tonight will just be us. You got me like, oh. Stay, hey.
And now it's time for Positive Afternoon Vibes with Lizzie on Hayes FM. Positive vibes only.
I take my chances into the cold. If I make your heart skip let me know. Tell me what your name is. Here we go. Play me what your game is. Oh, here we go again. And I wanna know every single thing about you. So tell me, will I see you? You're such a sweet thing. I know you don't know me yet. Will you take my number while I hold your cigarette? Oh, you gon' like this. If you don't mind, I need someone to dance with. We could be perfect. You turn up and my heart stops. Please don't leave. And I'm so lost in your thoughts, I can't breathe. And I wanna know every single thing about you. So tell me, will I see you again? The way you smile, I'll make it worth your while. Help me to understand. Just come here and take my hand. Oh, you gon' like this. If you don't mind, I need someone to lie with. Yeah, you got me excited. When you turn up and my heart stops, please don't leave. And I'm so lost in your thoughts, I can't breathe. So tell me, will I see you again?
Good afternoon and welcome back to Positive Afternoon Vibes. I have Zac Pajak with me today and we have been chatting about his early career so far on today's show. So Zac, what do we have to look forward to in 2020?
Well, very soon the whole EP's out in next month, I think.
You think?
Yeah.
We're in March at the moment.
We are
so
in March at the moment.
We're talking April, yeah?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think it should be out in the world. Yeah, beginning of April, hopefully. There's one more single, which I'm super excited about. I was listening to it on the way here.
Amazing.
And there's at least one other bonus track on the Early Hours EP. It's called. Yeah, so I'm super excited to get that out, and then just play a lot. Lining up a lot of gigs for April, May, for the next couple of months. So yeah, exciting.
Great, it's
stuff.
exciting. And have you got any music videos to record soon? And I've just got a little question. How much are you involved in the theme and concept behind music videos? Is it like your idea, or do you have like a producer that kind of takes it on, or what happens?
It's varied a little bit in the past. Often I'll have like the beginning of an idea, or like some little things that I want to do, and then but yeah, I also trust a lot of the guys that we work with and that I work with to make those videos, and there's some awesome directors and producers out there that know what they're doing far more than I do when it comes to that stuff.
So you kind of have a concept and then they take it forward and they kind of make it into like a storyboard. Is that sort of how it works?
Yeah. And then we'll kind of hash out the idea together, and I think for Not Around, it was kind of like I wanted to, for that video, I knew I wanted to use this this body cam type thing. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but that was like just something that I kind of wanted in there that I'd seen that was just like a cool kind of effect, and and then we kind of like made this idea around that, I suppose. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Well, anything different is always good, isn't it, for music videos? Like just something a bit different is great. So I heard that your latest 2020 release, Retrograde, made it onto Love Island. Yes. How did that come about?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I think well, my publisher, I think I have to thank. So thank you, Sarah, and
Thanks,
Jake.
Sarah.
So I'm sure they've sent tons of music. But yeah, that was really cool, and it's just cool to see such an influential show like that support kind of emerging artists. So
it's brilliant. It's so good, and I think Love Island have got like a playlist as well, or
that's right. Yeah. So it made it onto the Love Island 2020 playlist,
which is great because then people that are fans of Love Island, and they do have really good music on Love Island, don't they?
Yeah, it's a really good playlist actually.
So people will go on, they'll listen to it, and then they'll be like, oh, that sounds really great, let's look on this artist page. Boom. There are your other great material just sat there waiting waiting for them. That's amazing. So your new EP, Early Hours, which is due for release soon, just going back to that again, how many songs are we going to get to look forward to on your EP?
So there's going to be, God, I need to count them now. I think there's 5. I think there's 5 tracks, on the EP.
Brilliant, that's great. So lots of songs. And was there a main concept or inspiration for your Early Hours EP? Was there like one thing, or all of the songs sort of different concepts and different inspirations?
I think I wanted each song to be a bit different. And I think you can kind of get away with that now in the kind of streaming world that we live in. I think it's I wanted to have each song different to the next. I guess the things that kind of tie them all together is they've kind of all been about various experiences of mine or relationships that I've had, or and I think the Early Hours, the kind of some of the songs were kind of, they all seem to be kind of based in my head, at least in kind of the early hours of the morning, and also that's where I kind of when I kind of do a lot of writing, and
you're a night owl. You're a night owl. Yeah. It's amazing how many creatives I meet are night people. They don't do their thinking during the day. They sleep in late. They wake up, and then their main inspiration kicks in overnight.
Yeah, that's me. My girlfriend hates me for it. But I have always been a night owl. So that's kind of like where the title came, I guess.
That's great. And is that the for your EP artist artwork and things? Are you going to have sort of sunrises and things, or is that giving away too much?
Potentially, I don't want to say too much.
No, that's okay. That's fair.
But maybe.
It's very exciting. So live gigs, you were talking about a little bit earlier. Are you doing live gigs in London, and can we buy tickets for them?
You can. A lot of them actually this month, bar 1 or 2 of them are free entry. So anyone can come. We probably have to be old enough.
Over 18?
Yeah, I think so. There's a few. I'm actually this week I'll be kind of announcing them. Either by the end of this week or beginning of next. There's a handful of London shows. Around like kind of Shoreditch, and a bit more local to us as well, down southwest. So look out, and
where are we going to find where are you telling people where you're releasing them? Is that you are on Instagram, or where are we going to see these announcements for you?
I'll put them on Instagram, and they'll be on my website, which is www.zacpajak.com.
Okay. And that's Pajak spelled Pajak.
Yeah, Pajak.
And Zac with a Z-A-C.
Just Z-A-C.
Z-A-C. Okay. And are you the same on Instagram as well?
Yep.
Okay. Lovely. Good stuff. And I'm a big festival person. are you having any plans for the festival circuit either this year or at some point in the future?
Yes. Well, some small ones. Hopefully, yeah. Nothing that I can kind of say just yet, or we have announced. But I think we're going to be down at the Great Escape Festival in Brighton, which is in May, I think, middle of May. We're doing a little show there. We're kind of putting on our own show. When I say us, that's the label. So there's kind of four of us, 4 artists on the label, and we're kind of doing our own show at the Hotel Chocolat, I believe.
Brilliant! What a great location.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so
great.
you might
Free
get
samples.
some free chocolate. Yeah. And that's where you'll find us at the Great Escape. In May. And then aside from that, fingers crossed. I'll be. I love festivals as well, and they've always been a big part of kind of my growing up. So I dream of playing a lot of those UK festivals. They're so great.
That's great. And who else, if you don't mind me asking, and you don't have to answer, who else is on your label, just in case?
So they're all awesome artists and good friends of mine. Nukes is on there, who I've collaborated with as well. We did a track called Patient together. Fergus, who's amazing, and a Dutch girl called Bay, who's incredible as well, and she's just got an amazing voice. And I think we might do a few more maybe collaborations as well in the next year or so, hopefully. Go and check them out as well.
That's so exciting. So many great new artists coming up. And they're all based in London as well?
Yeah. As I say, apart from Bay, who lives in Holland, we're all kind of London based.
That's amazing. So, is there anything else exciting that you want to tell us about today on Hayes FM?
Hayes FM. I can't think really. Just go and check out the songs if you like them, and give us a follow on Spotify or whatever. I hope
check out
you like
your music videos as well. They're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Zac, thank you so much for joining me today in the Hayes FM studios. It's been wonderful having you here.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. No, what an exciting 2020 it looks to be for you. And will you keep in touch with me and let me know when you're releasing new material?
Of course. Yeah, I'd love to come back when the EP's out, or
that would be great. Maybe a live performance, something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be awesome. So I'm now going to play Retrograde, which is Zac's newest release and one which you may recognise from Love Island.
I'm in heaven when it's just us, and I never wanna come back down, down, down. Now and then I know I messed up, but I'd do anything to get you now, now, now. Won't leave us to waste. I don't wanna leave this place, causing love to fade. Won't let this decay, but I was born to leave this place, so I'll leave it up to fate before we retrograde. Honey, it's too complicated, and we'll only retrograde 'cause it's bigger than we made it. Yeah, you know you got me messed up. Don't need anything to talk me round, round, round. Thought there was nothing that could break us, and I never meant to let you down, down, down. I won't leave us to waste. I don't wanna leave this place, causing love to fade. I won't let this decay, but I was born to leave this place, so I'll leave it up to fate before we retrograde. 'cause it's bigger than we made it. And I know it looks like I given up, and I know I never caught you enough. Guess I was scared of falling in love, but I never stopped believing in us. So before we retrograde, I know life gets in the way, but we can only try to change it. If we don't, it's such a shame. Before we retrograde.